Welcome back, NFL fans. The Kansas City Chiefs entered last season with big expectations, especially in their wide receiver room. But despite Patrick Mahomes continuing to dazzle, the Chiefs' offense took a hit, and a lot of that came down to injuries and uncertainty among their receivers. Today, we're diving deep into what's going on with the Chiefs' wide receiver situation heading into the new season, why Travis Kelce's role might be bigger than ever, and what it all means for Andy Reid's game plan. Stick around, and if you love NFL breakdowns, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into it. Last season, the Chiefs' offense was supposed to be firing on all cylinders. Patrick Mahomes played at an elite level, no doubt, but the options to throw to, they weren't quite there. One major factor: injuries. The Chiefs lost key players in the wide receiver room, forcing offensive coordinator Andy Reid to rethink his tactics. Take Marquise Hollywood Brown. When healthy, he's one of the most dangerous vertical threats in the league, a perfect fit for Mahomes' gunslinger style. That connection looked like a match made in heaven for Reid's offense. But then Brown went down with injury, and that plan fell apart. Next up was Rashee Rice, who looked promising as a rookie, but ended up playing only 4 games last season. He even got tangled up during an interception. Bad luck and bad timing. And now his availability for this season is in serious jeopardy. Compare the Chiefs' offensive numbers from 2023 to 2024. Total yards per game dropped from 351, which ranked 8th in the NFL, to 327.7, falling all the way to 16th. Passing yards dipped from 261.4 per game, good for 6th, down to 222.4, ranked 14th. That's a noticeable decline in offensive firepower. But Reid's not one to sit back and watch problems fester. This offseason, he made sure the Chiefs' wide receiver room had options. That's where things get complicated. The Chiefs currently have Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Royals, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Nico Remigio, all vying for playing time. It's a crowded room with a heavy battle for roster spots. Unfortunately, that means tough decisions for Reid. One big question mark hanging over the wide receiver core is Rashee Rice's legal situation. He pleaded guilty to a high-speed car crash in Dallas and faces 30 days of sentencing along with 5 years of probation. Many expect the NFL to follow up with a significant suspension. So Rice's long-term availability? Very uncertain. That likely opens the door for another wide receiver to be cut. Arrowhead Addict's Lyle Graverson recently projected the Chiefs' 53-man roster and didn't hold back on his opinion. Skyy Moore's days with the Chiefs appear numbered. Now, Moore was a second-round pick and entered 2024 with promise. But injuries limited him to just 6 games, and he finished the season with 0 catches on 3 targets before a core muscle injury ended his year early. His career numbers so far include 43 receptions for 494 yards and 1 touchdown over 36 games. Not exactly star-level production. And with 2024 being his 4th and final year under contract, it's truly a do-or-die moment for him. Former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn had some thoughts on Moore recently, saying, "Skyy is a second-round pick, so he's going to get every opportunity. But just because you're a second-round pick doesn't mean you can't get pushed to the back." So there's some backing for Moore, but also a warning sign. On the bright side, Moore has bulked up and looks motivated to fight for a spot. And Mahomes himself has made it clear the team will reward players who perform. Back in July, Mahomes said his job is to come in here and compete, while also praising Moore as one of the hardest workers in the building. But it's a harsh league. In 2022, Moore was viewed as the future. But by 2025, he might be forgotten if he can't break through. That potential shakeup in the wide receiver room puts more pressure on another Chiefs hero. The guy who always seems to come through when it counts, Travis Kelce. After a disappointing end to last season, many wondered if age and injuries might finally slow Kelce down. He openly talked about how his body feels and even hinted at possibly stepping back. But Reid made it clear he still wants Kelce on the field, even if in a more limited role. And with Rashee Rice likely sidelined for a stretch, that limited role might need to expand quickly. Some experts, like Ryan Clark on NFL Live, didn't sugarcoat it. This team is still going 15-2 no matter who's on the field. It revolves around Travis Kelce. It revolves around Patrick Mahomes. That's the equation Reid has always counted on. Mahomes plus Kelce equals answers. In 2024, despite injuries and defenses zeroing in on him, Kelce led the team in targets, hauling in 97 catches for 823 yards and 3 touchdowns. That yardage total might be lower than his usual, but his role had shifted. More chip blocks, fewer downfield shots, and constant double teams. Still, when the playoffs came around in January, Kelce returned to prime form. The spotlight stage remains his domain. In fact, over the past 2 regular seasons combined, Kelce's stats read like a highlight reel. 190 receptions, 1,807 yards, and 8 touchdowns. And in the playoffs, he holds the record as the most productive tight end in NFL history, with more postseason catches than anyone else. So yes, Reid wanted to manage Kelce's workload carefully. But this isn't the NBA with load management. It's the NFL. A brutal grind. And the Chiefs are defending a title in a league that offers no breaks. As long as Mahomes is spinning his magic, Kelce will be right there, turning those broken plays into game-winning moments. So what does all this mean for the Chiefs as they head into the 2025 season? The wide receiver room remains a puzzle. Injuries, legal troubles, and fierce competition have left Reid juggling talent and trying to find the right formula. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce's role could be bigger than ever, and Mahomes will keep leading this offense like the MVP he is. If the Chiefs want to keep their championship hopes alive, the WRs have to step up, or Reid might lean even more heavily on Kelce and the rest of the offense to carry the load. What do you think? Will Skyy Moore turn things around? Can Hollywood Brown stay healthy? And how big will Travis Kelce's role be this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown, subscribe for more NFL content, and share with your friends who live and breathe Chiefs football. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more NFL news and analysis.